everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle if you didn't know, and I'm so excited to be filming this video for you guys today. It'll kind of be a get ready with me and my everyday glam look. So yeah, just follow along and hope you get some inspiration from this. Okay, so let's get started. Before I filmed, I moisturized and washed my face, so I'm all ready to go. And I will be starting with the Mario Badescu Orange Blossom Spray. This is their new scent and I'm super excited to try it. So, that smells really good. I really like the rose water one, so this one's gonna kind of be competing with it to see which one's my favorite. Kind of let my face dry a little bit. Today I will be priming with the Smashbox Photo Finish. I really like this primer. I don't think it's too oily or too drying. So what I do is I just squirt a little bit out on my fingers and then I put it mainly in my T-zone, which is your cheeks, your nose, and then your center of your forehead. Those areas that are more prone to coming off during the day. So it'll help lock it in. Keep your look going all day from work to out with your friends, whatever you got planned. So next, I will be going in with my foundation. Today I'll be using the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation in the shade Fair Neutral. So with this foundation, it does actually have a doe foot applicator. So with this, I kind of just put it all over my face. I usually do about like 3 dips into the bottle because I use a beauty sponge. So when you use a beauty sponge, you should use a little bit more foundation than you would with like a brush or with your fingers, mainly because the sponge like absorbs some of that. Put a little drop on my eye. Okie dokie. So now that that is everywhere, I'm going to take my beauty sponge. I use the Real Technique sponge. Pretty dirty, but it's a good one. And I'm just going to bounce the sponge to really blend in my foundation. Okay, so now that that is all blended in, I'm going to go ahead and reach for my concealer. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind for dark circles under your eyes in the shade Fair. I love this item. This actually is brand new, so I need to open it. Okay, now it's starting to come out. So what I like to do is I kind of like to carve out my eye and then make like a triangle. Whenever I do this, I like feel like I'm a mime or like a clown or something, because like they have like that like paint shape on their eyes. So I don't know, weird. I also put some on my lid because I use my concealer usually for eyeshadow primer, unless I'm like going full out glam, then I'll use like a real eyeshadow primer. Next, sorry, I didn't tell you what I was doing. I'm using the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer in the shade Fair, just to highlight some of my areas, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and then whatever problem areas I have going on at the moment, I like to conceal them so you don't see them. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the same sponge. I'm going to go ahead and set my face with some powder all over. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder. It's the matte and poreless one in the shade 110, which is porcelain. And then I'm gonna take my Ecos Tools, like really big, fluffy powder brush, and I'm gonna put it all over my face. So next, I am gonna go in and bronze. I am going to be using my new Tarte Clutch gift set, I guess. It comes with a bronzing shade, a highlight that's a little dark for me, but it is really pretty, and 3 blushes. I got this at Ulta. on Black Friday for $20, so this is a great gift. I bought a couple for some of my friends who I know will enjoy that, which was super great gift. So I'm gonna go ahead in with my bronzing brush. This is a crown brush. I don't know, I just use it for bronzing. I like it a lot. And I'm gonna go in the shade Tan Lines, which is the bronzer color. What I do for my bronzer is I kind of make the duck face or a fish face, whatever you wanna call it, just to kind of carve out my cheeks. I'm gonna go ahead and do the hairline. I just use this eyeshadow brush and I go in with the bronzer and I do my nose. So I like to do my bronzer before I bake, kind of to like really lay out how I'm gonna bake, because I bake underneath my eyes and then underneath where I just bronze to really get a defined line and the most carved out cheekbones that you possibly can. So sticking with the Maybelline Fit Me line, I'm going to be using the loose finishing powder in the shade 10 Fair Light. I really like this powder. I used to use this all over my face, but I just personally prefer a pressed powder as opposed to a loose powder when applying all over my face. But however, I do like to bake, so this is a great baking powder. And I'm just using a unwet beauty blender sponge thing that I just use to bake with. And first I'm gonna go underneath my eyes, let that set to really help brighten that up. And I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. So now that my under eyes are set, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the powder underneath where I just bronzed. Now that my face is baking, I am going to go ahead and start my eye makeup while this sets, and then I'll finish off the face. So for my eye look today, I will be using the ColourPop Press Shadows. I just made my own palette not too long ago, about maybe 2 months ago, and I love this thing. It's so great. And they always have great deals going on. Like when I got it, it was the BYOP special, so everything was 40% off. So instead of, or even, I think it was 50% off. I'm not sure how much off I saved, but I only paid $44 for 24 eyeshadows and the Z palette that it came in. So super excited about that. This is going to be an everyday kind of glam look. So I will be taking a crease brush first, and I'm going into this light brown shade, and I'm going to apply it to my crease. So now that my crease is starting to have some dimension, I'm gonna go ahead in with this darker brown down here, and I'm gonna just kind of darken up the crease, really focusing on the outer edge. So when you do eyeshadow, you should always like place your brush first down where you want the most color, because the initial transference is gonna happen there, and that's where the color will be the most prominent. So I always start like right at the edge of my eye and then work it inwards. Okay, so now that I have a base going, I am going to darken up the edges once again, but I'm gonna go and grab a different brush. I'm gonna grab this smaller brush, and I'm kind of feeling kind of a neutral glam look, so I'm gonna stick to like the browns, I guess. So I'm gonna go with this very dark, true kind of a cocoa brown, and I'm just gonna darken the outer V, not bringing it all the way into my crease. So now that my outer corners are darkened up, I'm gonna go ahead in with this brownish gold metallic eyeshadow. And I'm going to use my finger to apply it. I found that metallics really just go on super well when you use your finger as opposed to a brush. But what you can always do is put a little bit of setting spray onto a brush and you do it that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it mainly in the middle of my lid, kind of packing it on. What I usually do is I kind of like swipe and then I pat. So now that that eye's done, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the first brush I used, which I used to set my crease, and I'm just kind of gonna dap it with no extra product where the glitter metallic shade ends and where like the outer corner starts, to kind of blend those two together. Okay. So now that the gold shade is on, I am going to lighten up the inner corner with this kind of like pinky rosy shade. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my finger and do the inner quarter that I avoided earlier. And I'm gonna kind of bring it in toward the gold I just laid to help lighten it up. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now that the inner corner of my eye is lightened up, I'm gonna go ahead in with this highlighting shade and I'm going to highlight my brow bone. So before I finish my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and finish my face. So I'm going to take my big fluffy brush that I used earlier for my powder and I'm going to wipe away this excess bake. So I'm going to start on my cheeks and kind of brush it down. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the and now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okie dokie. And now underneath my eyes. Kind of brush it under and away. Okay. And now with whatever excess powder is on this brush, I'm just gonna go on my forehead and go right in the middle, kind of where I highlighted earlier with my concealer. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna blend down my neck a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my beauty sponge and blend out my nose contour. I like to do this after I bake. I know some people don't even bronze before they bake at all, they bake first. But I just kinda like doing it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with some blush. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna be using this Tarte Clutch. And I am going to be mixing the shade Flamingo and the shade Passport. And I will be using my Lisa Frank blush brush that I got in an Ipsy bag quite a long time ago. I really like this brush, it's super cute. If you're a 90s kid, you'll remember all your Lisa Frank sticker books and things like that. Like I was obsessed. I remember I had like a sticker book that had like a unicorn on the front of it and it was like rainbow. And it just brings back all that nostalgia. So now that that is on, I'm going to go ahead and kind of blend out the contour with the rest of my cheeks with my big fluffy brush. I'm just kind of brushing down. And it's helping blend in the blush with the bronzer too, so there are no harsh lines. All right, now that that is blended in, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. So to highlight today, I will be using the Makeup Revolution highlighting quad, I guess. This is a stunning product. If you've seen my video before this, you'll know that I love this highlighter. I'm going to be mixing the top shade and with this pinky shade. Each color is good on its own, but I think that these two mix very well together. So I'm going to highlight. I'm just going to do the bridge of my nose, and then I'm going to do Cupid's bow, which is right above your lip, and also the tip of my nose. Now that I'm nice, and make sure you don't connect the tip of your nose highlight with the bridge highlight. There should always just be like a small gap in between. And I'm actually going to use my finger and highlight my brow bone again with this, just to like give it some more dimension. And also with this highlighting palette, I really like going back in and doing my inner corner highlight with whatever highlighter you're using. So I'm going to be just taking this shade in the pink, and with this small angled brush, and just do the very inside corners of my eye just to really contrast it and help it pop. Yeah, it's so subtle, but I really think it does make a difference. I love this highlighting palette. So good. Definitely worth the $15. Love it. So now, before I go ahead and do liner and lashes, I'm going to set my face. I prefer to do this before I go in with that because that can be messy. Sometimes I forget to set, and then I have to set after when I have mascara on and eyeliner on, and if it's still wet, it goes everywhere, which is never a good look. So I'm going to be using the NYX Matte Finish Spray. This is pretty old. I love it though. Definitely have used a ton of it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face. All right, so while that dries, I'm going to take a spoolie brush and I'm just going to brush out my eyebrows. Okay, so now I am going to go ahead and take the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is a travel or sample size, but I really like this product. And I'm going to just brush it through my eyebrows. It has a little spoolie, which is really nice. And I'm gonna go ahead. I really concentrate at the beginning of my eyebrows because that is where my hair is the most sparse. Next, we're almost done. I am going to be using the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner in black. This is like $2. It's a great liner. I've been using it since high school. There definitely are better liners out there, but this is a great liner for such a small price. Like, can't go wrong. This is what the applicator looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner. Cool, so now that that is done, I am going to go ahead and take an eyelash curler and curl my lashes. When I was little and like my sister would do my makeup for me, like we were playing around or like we had like something to do and she like wanted to do my makeup, I had an irrational fear of those things. I thought she was going to rip off all my lashes. I am using the It Superhero mascara. I love this mascara. I got a travel size, I think for like my birthday reward or like something with, like I got a travel size somewhere for free and I fell in love with it that I bought the full size. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly do my lower lashes. So last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead in with a lip product. Today, I'm just gonna do like a nude neutral, so that way this is truly for every day. This is the Smashbox Stepping Out Liquid Lipstick. I just got this set of 6 Smashbox products and they're super awesome. There's 3 liquid lips and 3 metallic lips. And it's very versatile. They have like a red and then this nude. And I really like the applicator on it. It's like angled and like a triangle. So this is the finished look. This is my everyday glam look. I really like it. It's not too out there. Like I said earlier, you could use less dark shades for your eyes and make this look really your own, but this is what I do for work and school and things like that. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe down below. See you next time.